Okay, today in class we have gone through the process of pulling apart the prompt using POWTIDE. Our story this week has been Darnell Rock Reporting, and today you and I worked together as a group. I modeled for you before how to do this, but I wanted to reflect back on this and kind of share with you some things that we have done today. We have gone through all the steps of pulling apart a prompt. We read the prompt 2 times, and then we went through and we boxed all the verbs, or in this case, we highlighted all the verbs. We have also gone through and underlined keywords, and we felt like these that you see underlined are the ones that explain to us what we're supposed to be doing. We've also gone through and crossed out unnecessary words that we kind of felt like were distracting, that were there to kind of get us off of our goal that we're trying to do. We went through and we also rewrote the prompt in our own words, and I've done that for you here at the bottom, and I'll save that up there for us, okay? We also today in class went through and we started looking at a new outline that kind of helps us get our thoughts together. And this is one that Mrs. Breedlove provided for you that I made copies of and gave to you guys today. If you remember, it looks very similar to this one right here, where it has the intro, the body paragraph 1, and body paragraph 2. I wanted to go back through this and review with you what we do in the introduction, okay? Now, in our prompt for this story, we decided that it's asking us to write a paragraph explaining your view on whether the council made the right decision in voting down the garden. Use quotes and details from the story as evidence to support your position. All right? And so what I did, I chose to take the side of I disagreed with the city council. Now, and if you remember in class, I gave you 3 reasons, or actually 2 reasons, why I felt like the city council voted incorrectly. Now, you may disagree, and you may think that the city council did a fantastic job of that vote. Either way is fine with me. Just make sure that you have, you explain why you agree or disagree with the city council. Now, so I wrote those out in the introduction, and then I put my thesis statement in there, which states why I feel the way that I do. Next, we move down to the next box, which is the body paragraph BP number 1, or body paragraph number 1. I'm going to rewrite my thesis here. I'm going to explain why I feel like the city council did not vote correctly. And then for I, it says that I need to come up with important evidence. So I can state I feel like they voted incorrectly, and then I can explain why. I need to say, for example, I feel like the homeless could benefit from having a garden to get their food from, okay, so they could eat from there. And I'm going to give D, which is D means detailed explanation. I'm going to explain why the homeless people would benefit from this garden, which is they could get their food from there. I is also there's another I there, and I could say the homeless would benefit from this garden because they could sell the produce and get money for it. If you remember, that's kind of one of the things that Darnell Rock explained to the city council, is that the homeless could sell their produce and get their food or get their money from that. And I'm going to give a detailed example from the story that backs that up. And then I would also come up, if I had another reason, I would come up with another reason of why the city council voted incorrectly, or why I disagreed with them. And then I'm going to give an example and a detail. Now, E stands for ending. That means I've got to end my paragraph. All right? Next, I have body paragraph number 2. And as we talked about today, the prompt is asking us to write 1 paragraph. But in the future, if you put BP2 or BP3, body paragraph 2 or body paragraph 3, then you know that means to write 2 more paragraphs, okay? But for our example, it only says to write a paragraph, which is 1. So I would do all this for just one box. But if it asks for more paragraphs, then I'd simply write more paragraphs like we did here. Okay? I put at the end conclusion. I want to wrap this story up. Now that doesn't mean I'm going to write the end or thank you for reading my story. That's not how we do that. To wrap up our story, we're going to go back and restate our thesis. We're going to say, for example, I feel like the city council voted incorrectly, and I'm going to restate why. I'm going to give it some more reasons as to why, or go back and revisit those reasons why I felt like they voted incorrectly. And then that's how you wrap it up. You don't really want to ask, well, what do you think? This is the end of my story, or thank you for reading my story, or you know, anything like that. You just want to wrap it up by restating what you wrote. Now, today in class what we'll do is I'm going to give you 2 articles. These are fun articles about playing with video games, and another one about how colleges are giving scholarships to people who play and design video games. So you're going to take some time today and you're going to read the article, or the 2 articles, and then I'm going to provide you with another outline just like the one from today. Sorry about that. Just like the one that we worked with today, and I'll give you a writing prompt. And I'm going to ask you to do POWTIDE, and then I'm going to give you time in class to create your outline just like what we have in class, like this. Okay? And then I'm going to give you time to write, and you're going to take a side to this prompt that I'm going to give you. It may be something about, do you agree with these authors that wrote this, or do you disagree? Either way, that's going to be our activity today. As always, if you have any questions, you can go back and watch the video several times again. I hope you have a great day, and if you have any questions, please come and see me, or just feel free to watch the video over again. Thank you very much.